After 5 months of planning, which included several meetings with stakeholders and sponsors, Operation Mike Charlie, an open water rescue simulation, was successfully staged on Friday, May 30th, 2014. The major stakeholders for this exercise were local fishermen, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Coast Guard, a Grenadines Ferry, the motor vessel Guidance 2, the local Red Cross, and the Rainbow Radio League Incorporated, organizers of the event. Before staging the event, Rainbow Radio League members made several site visits to Brighton Bay, which lies closest to Milligan Quay, to identify the best area to stage this important open water rescue event, as well as literally testing the waters to get first-hand knowledge of the conditions to be expected while conducting this vital training. On May 23rd, just 1 week before the major event, several swimmers from the Coast Guard, Red Cross, and Rainbow Radio League went into the waters in Brighton Bay to test the conditions. As you can see, these conditions on the Atlantic coast of St. Vincent are not waters for the casual swimmer, but for trained Navy SEALs with proper backup life-saving equipment. Following this outing, it was decided to abort the shore landing of victims, as we did not want to suffer any casualties during this training. However, on May 30th, the entire flotilla journeyed to the Milligan Quay area to witness firsthand what conditions were like, to psychologically prepare all stakeholders with conditions to expect if an aircraft ditched in this area and survivors had to be rescued. The incident commander from the Coast Guard decided that in order to guarantee the safety of all, that the actual open water rescue would be relocated just outside Indian Bay to ensure the safety of all participants. Also on hand was scuba divers from the Coast Guard, as well as a commercial diver, to ensure that if there was a real accident, that they were on the spot to rescue the victims. All of the injured victims were taken out of the water by the local fishermen and Coast Guard, with some of the more serious injuries being taken on board the motor vessel Guidance, where they were stabilized by the Red Cross volunteers. Following the exercise, all stakeholders met on the motor vessel Guidance, where a debriefing session was conducted, looking at strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities for correcting those mistakes. All in all, it was a successful event, and the Rainbow Radio League wishes to thank the SVG Coast Guard for their valuable input. Salt Petroleum provided fuel to ensure private sector participation, supplying gas for the fishing vessel and diesel for the motor vessel Guidance. The NTRC, the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, provided refreshment after the briefing session. Ian Vera of Singer sponsored the T-shirts worn by the participants, while technical support was provided by the Red Cross, NEMO, and SVG Coast Guard. Gratitude is also expressed to the local fishermen, the captain of the motor vessel Guidance, and other volunteers who took part in this important training. According to the director of the Rainbow Radio League, Donald Riggs, this training exercise also puts its members in a state of readiness for the 2014 hurricane season, which begins on June 1st. And reporting for SVG TV Evening News, I'm Don Riggs.